My man, Coach Dillman.
What's up, baby? How we living?
Brother, I'm in your world right now. It's the summer.
Yeah.
It's your time. Just talk about the importance. I know Coach Muschamp, every head coach talks about the importance of Jeff Dillman, what he means to a program, and you guys been turning things up.
Well, not only Jeff Dillman, but my whole staff, man. I got a phenomenal staff downstairs, and they do a phenomenal job of supporting me, and we get the point across. The workouts we do is Coach Muschamp's workouts. You know, we just get the points across, and you know, we hold them accountable and do it. It's all about the little things. You got to do the little things right, and we don't only talk about football. We talk about life. It's in life. So we're all about getting the mind, body, and soul right. And if you get everything right, everything's gonna be all right, baby.
Year number 3, 4 year. What's the process been like? Of course, 6 wins the first year. You turned that thing around from 3, and you went up 3 more to 9 last season, beating Michigan, and then now you're in this 3rd year. I know that the goals up here, but what has that been like? You know, just moving up that ladder.
Well, you know, it's not about the wins. It's about the guys understanding. You know, right now our focus is on August 2nd. They need to be in the most physical, mental shape of their life, the best physical, mental shape of their life. And if they're that, then everything else will take care of itself. Then we focus on camp, having goals during camp. Then once we get done with the goals during camp, then we focus on that first game, which is Coastal. But we're always talking about nameless teams, nameless faces. We do what we do. We don't care about what anybody else does. We're going to do what we do. And if we continue to focus on us and focus on South Carolina and our team, that's all that matters. Everything else will take care of itself. But the process has been really good. The guys are buying in. You know, our nutrition program is on fire. It's unbelievable. Kristen Coggin, our nutritionist, she is unbelievable. You're seeing guys' bodies change. You know, when guys buy into something, you know, you see everything happen. You see their strength levels go up. You see their bodies change, everything. And then you see guys playing fast and strong on the field. And that's what it's all about.
Some of the things I've heard that let me go behind the scenes was mentality, mindset, that attitude of belief. And I can tell you, since I've been around here, that's totally a big difference. You guys have changed the mindset. I can see the confidence. These guys believe, one, they belong in the SEC. They look like an SEC football team, and they believe that they can win.
Yeah, it's every day. We're consistent with it every single day. They know what they're going to get every day they come in here, and they know we're going to challenge them every day. You saw a workout today was very, very mentally tough. What you didn't see was yesterday we ran our 110 test. It's probably one of the best 110 tests we've had since I've been here. Guys buying in, not bending over, finishing through the line, making their times. And then we followed that up with another hard run, which is, you know, causing that adversity they need to deal with, you know, going into games. Because every game's not going to be easy. You know, every situation's different. And trying to teach these young men how to handle tough times. You know, tough times, you just don't wait. What makes you tough people do. And we want to make these guys into tough guys so that they can, you know, be really good in situations that are tough for them come game time.
Now, the workouts, now the soft tissue, I see a lot of different things, soft tissue things, you know, making sure we protect against those types of injuries. How do you go about it? I saw the one where you got the guys almost like this. It looked like a core exercise, but man, I saw these big 325-pound guys. It's amazing. Talk about the importance of the core and soft tissue with these athletes.
Well, you know, number one thing we tell everybody when they come in here is, you know, you got to take care of your body. What you put in is what you get out, and that's where Kristen does a good job. She always says you can't out-train bad nutrition. So we push hydration all the time with them. We push eating, you know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours, eating something. Guys are eating anywhere from 4 to 6 meals a day, you know, from a recovery standpoint, because it's very, very important. You got to feed the machine now. You got to feed the machine. You know, soft tissue work we do something called body tempering. That's from Donnie Thompson, does a great job. Anytime a guy needs something, he comes in and asks, we help him. You know, we're here for the athletes, all right? We're actually resources. If you look at us, we're all resources, and they use us as resources, so we help them in whatever they need. If they have any weakness or anything, we attack their weakness and make it their strengths. You know, it's important.
I saw something on the field, Coach, the little vest thing that
yep.
you wear.
Yep.
Tell me, you know, what that's all about. I mean, this stuff is deep right now.
So we're hitting high-tech stuff here. So at the end of the day, you know what, we're looking at every variable that we can to help these athletes perform at a high level. And places you've been in the past, you've seen the same thing. That's a catapult system. Catapult system monitors workload. We have player load on the guys. We have total volume of the guys. We have their max velocity. And then we break it down into 5 levels. We have our 4th and 5th level. 4th level is about 75% to 90% of their max velocity, and 90% plus of their max velocity is a level 5 yardage. So what we do is we try to find out what high-speed yardages they've done for the day. And if they've done a lot of high-speed yardages, we really overemphasize them getting a total body massage, doing recovery, getting in the cold tub, doing all the pieces that we do for recovery here.
You know what I like too, and I think it's like a group of guys got their own personal coach. I mean, you guys are putting guys with specific guys. How does that work? Is there like, Corey Miller, I saw him down there. We get confused all the time.
That's right.
He's a lot younger than I am, but I saw him working with a specific group. How do you go about that? Who works with who?
Well, at this level in the SEC, it's all about game of the trenches. So our guys in the trenches are very, very important for us. Now, everybody's important. Now, understand, everybody's important, but we understand how important the trenches are in the SEC. So I have Corey Miller as one of my assistants that's been here now for 2 years with me. He handles all the big guys. He mainly deals with the offensive linemen. Then I just hired Mark Campbell from University of Florida. He was strength coach at Florida for about 17 years. He handles all the D linemen. So I've got a full-time coach managing D linemen, managing O linemen. Then I have John Griffin, who's my other assistant, who ends up managing all my skill guys, the DBs, the running backs, the receivers. And then on top of that, then I have a guy named Ryan Belleros, who I just hired, who was on my staff as an intern, GA, and ended up hiring him full-time, and he manages all the combo guys, and then he also helps me manage all the injured guys. So, and then with those 4 full-time strength coaches, I've got a support system where we have an intern program. We have some GAs that help us with spotting athletes to help prevent injuries and all the paperwork and everything, and help changing weights out. So it's a fine-tuned machine down there, and every player knows where they belong. And now they have their own personal coach. So if they need anything, they contact that personal coach or they contact me, because we're here for them. And if we're here, basically, if they're not in class, we'll get them to class. We'll make sure their butts are at class. If they're not at a workout, they're going to be where they're supposed to be. We're going to make sure of that. And the other thing too is you see that a lot of our off the field issues have reduced, and that's because that we have a personal relationship with these guys. That's about culture. So when you're talking about developing culture, culture develops winning championship teams. So how do you develop a culture? It's about relationships. It's about knowing that that coach truly cares about you and he wants the best out of you, and he'll do anything in the world to help you. And if you can get that with your culture, your team, the sky's the limit where you can go.
Speaking of culture, in a couple more, I'll let you go, Coach, get back to work. I see, and I love this about you guys, your staff, and one thing I always preach to former players, the hospitality that for former athletes. I come in sometimes and work out, come around, watch the guys, and I love that you make it open for former players when you talk about those relationships, and also what you're teaching those young men. Every guy came up to me, looked me in the eye, shook my hand, introduced himself, and made sure he knew who I was and I knew who he was. Talk about that.
So, a thing I've always gone by and Coach Muschamp goes by is actions trigger feelings, feelings trigger actions. Positive actions trigger positive feelings trigger positive actions. And every day we talk to these young men about being respectful, doing the little things right. Make sure you're knocking on the door before you walk in the office. Make sure you're shaking and saying hello to your coaches every day. Make sure you thank them for how hard they push you every day, because those are things in life that are going to make you be more respected, and people are going to respect you even more, not only as a student athlete, but as a person. And that follows up into what Marcus Latimer does in the Beyond Football. We're trying to make these guys better men. We always say we want to win on the field because we got to win on the field to keep our job, but we want to win off the field too. We want these men to win off the field and be successful businessmen, be successful fathers, uncles, brothers, successful teammates, so that, they can be very successful in the real world. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. If you focus on making them better men, football is going to be easy because everybody loves football. But you know what? Become better men. Become better professionals. You always hear, be a better professional. That's being a better man. Being a better everyday dude. Every down dude is what Coach talks about. You know what? And that's what we want. We want to know that the guys are going to be there. When times are tough, tough people survive.
Finally, Coach, they say that players take on the persona, the personality of their coach. You firing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You getting on.
Yeah.
Music cranking. Give me something as we end this conversation, man.
Yeah.
I love it when you post that. You gotta get back to that, bro, because you motivate me.
That's it, man.
What is that all about with Jeff Dillman? Who are you with that? Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in, everything I do has got to be positive. I wake up every morning with a positive attitude, no matter what the situation is. We all deal with situations in our life. Who cares what's going on in your life? Make something out of it. Life ain't fair. It ain't rainbows and dandelions. It's what you make of it. So what you put in is what you get out. Every time I wake up in the morning, I calculate an attitude. I come in with a mindset that, hey, we're going to get better today no matter what. Today's Finish Friday. You got to finish strong Friday. That's what we do. Turn this thing up. Finish strong Friday. Let go. See, and that's what it's all about. You got to bring the juice. You got to be able to flip the switch at any time, because you never know how you can affect somebody in a positive way. And that is what it's all about. Living this life, when you get done and your end game is this, what do you want to be reminded of? Everybody wants to remember me as a guy that truly cares that every day he fought to make an influence in somebody's life. Every single day, no matter who he came in contact with.
You the man, brother. Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. Appreciate you, buddy. Always, You got me all juiced up. Listen, man. Hey, that's my motivation right there. What you talking about? That's awesome.